ADSR
Pro.
Hi guys, welcome back to ADSR Pro. I'm Mike Smith, and this time what I'm going to do is take you through using an external synthesizer. Now I know I've done a video on this previously, but I thought I would do a new version in Cubase Pro 9. Now this will give you a good understanding of how you can use external synths or hardware, and we'll show you a couple of different ways. So the first way is just a basic way of connecting your device. So you'd normally use your MIDI cable, so you go MIDI out of Cubase to MIDI input of your device, then the audio of your synthesizer would come back in to your DAW. So I've created a MIDI channel, and I'm going to use my Panorama P4 to trigger my external synthesizer. And in this case, what you can see, I've selected the xvii. Now I've got a load of different ports here, and that's because I'm using a Motu Express 128. So what happens is when this device is plugged in via USB, it allows me to connect 8 simultaneous MIDI synthesizers or other hardware. And in this instance, I'm connecting to a Roland xvii sound module. So there's my MIDI channel. My input is coming from my Panorama P4, and my output is going to, it's actually port number 5 on the Motu, and it's going direct to the xvii. So now if I play, there you go, that's the xvii playing. Now if I want to record that audio in, what I need to do is create an input bus within Cubase. So in this case, I know that the xvii is connected to analog in 1 and 2. So we can name that Motu. Sorry, xvii. So now if I create an audio track and stereo in, I can see here there's the xvii channel that I've connected. So now that record enable is done, if I hit record, sorry, I need to play the MIDI channel as well. So there you go. You can see that's the audio now come back in. Let's play that back. Let's move the MIDI out of the way, because otherwise it'll play it again. So there you go. Now that's the most basic way of doing it. So as you can see, it just needs a little bit of understanding of the routing. So again, let me just delete all these and I'll quickly go through it again. So you create a MIDI track. I'm going to choose MIDI input, in this case Panorama P4, and the destination for the MIDI is going out of my computer via USB to my Motu, and I'm connecting it to the xvii in this case. So there you go, that works. Now again, to record the audio back in, you would need to run audio cables out of the xvii back into your sound card. Now in this case on mine, it's line analog inputs 1 and 2. Now if you've only got inputs 1 and 2 on your sound card, then obviously it's not going to give you the option of additional inputs. So basically just make sure you create an audio input, and that's it. So then when you create your audio channel for recording back in, you would just select xvii in my case, and that's it. Okay, so let's look at the second way of using external synthesizers within Cubase. So this way is a little bit different, and what we need to do to start with is go to Devices and MIDI Device Manager, and what we're going to do is install a device, and you can select from a pre-configured list. Now not everything's covered in here, so what we're going to do is just use a general MIDI device in this case. So click OK, and we'll name it Roland xvii. We'll click OK and select it, and again we'll go to our outputs, and as you can see here is my Motu again, and the xvii as we did previously is on port number 5. So select that and then close that down. Then if we go to our VST connections, F4 input, we can see the external instruments tab, And if we add external instrument, and again we'll give it a name, xvii, and associate MIDI device. Now what this does is basically that MIDI information that we've just pre-configured is there, Roland xvii. So select that and click OK. And then we need to route the audio coming back in. In this case, like previously, it was analog input 1 and 2. So effectively what we've done there is we've actually connected everything up in one instance. So all the MIDI is connected, all the audio returns is connected, and if we close that down and press F11, just like normal if we were to do a VST instrument, and select external plugins, and there's our xv5080. Click add track, and what that's done now is it's basically connected all the MIDI and it's connected all the audio for you, so you don't need to worry about that. Now of course you can do this with all your external synthesizers. In my case I could have 8 different synthesizers all pre-configured as VST instruments within Cubase, and the beauty of that again is if we open up the mixer, you can see it creates the audio track and we can put inserts etc on there. So really handy. And yeah, I mean sometimes I prefer to just create a MIDI channel and then send the MIDI information direct to my synthesizer of choice, but sometimes it's nice to have them all pre-configured as well depending on your template. So I hope you found this useful, and if you do have any questions please get in touch, and until next time, bye bye.
ADSR
Pro.